there, darlings. Welcome to my channel. Welcome. Let me get down to talking about what Clubhouse is about. So Clubhouse is basically an audio virtual community that is based on audio, aka what you hear. It's not so much eye-catching like photos and videos like you see on Instagram or YouTube or Facebook. Although you do see some things that catch your eye in regards to a room or entering to a chat room, it is strictly audio. Topics, conversations that you can join in. And it's like listening to a podcast live with people who are actually doing the podcast. So if you're a person that likes listening to podcasts, I like listening to podcasts. So let me give an example. Say you're listening to Amanda Seales' Daily Doses with Amanda Seales. And she's talking, doing her topics. With Clubhouse, you have what you call a hallway, like your main hallway, where you see different types of rooms of people you follow, from people that follow you, your interests, and they have topics. So you're listening or you see Amanda Seales pop up, but you also see Amanda Seales, you see Common, you may see Tiffany Haddish, and they may be talking about the state of what's going on after the effect of what happened to the U.S. Capitol. So you see people like Common, you may see someone like Tiffany Haddish, Danielle Young in the same room as Amanda Seales, and the topic is the state of Black America post-election or something. I'm just naming a random topic. So you enter the room, and you are actually, when you enter the room, you're inside the room, and they show you an avatar of Amanda Seales, Danielle Young, Tiffany Haddish, Comment. Mind you, this is just a made-up conversation chat room I'm making up. It's not really going on. But what I'm getting at, you're actually in the space, in the same audio time, real live time, whatever you call it, listening as they are speaking. The only difference is you can't see them, you only see their avatar, but you're present in the same space is what I'm getting at. Versus with the podcast, it's already pre-recorded, they edit everything, they present you the final product, the master product. With Clubhouse, everything is live in real time, which is cool. And then guys, you have an option of, it depends on the room too, so you have an option of where you get to speak if the moderator or the person on stage who is the presenter, and in this case, as we're talking about Amanda Seales, Daily Doses of Amanda, say she has Common, Danielle Young, and Tiffany Haddish on her stage as presenters, and they open the floor or open the stage for the audience to participate or ask a question or make a comment, you get to raise your hand. And those persons, if you're familiar with a working from home space or virtual work arena, you're familiar with Zoom. I use Zoom a lot, or Microsoft Teams. Microsoft Teams at my job, we use that a lot when we have conference calls, whatever. So anyway, what I'm getting at, if you use those apps, the option you have is to raise your hand in the meeting. And the speaker or whoever is at your job that is presenting, they have the option of letting you speak. They'll see your hand raised. So think about that concept. That applies to Clubhouse. So say they open the floor, so say Tiffany Haddish or Amanda Seales, they'll ask the audience, which is us listening in, do you guys have a question or anything? So you raise your hand and they select you, and you receive a notification up top, and it says the speaker has granted you permission or something. It's not verbatim what I'm saying, but you have the option to speak now or wait later. They give you those options. So if you choose to speak now, sometimes, or a lot of the times, you only have like a certain time limit. Sometimes it's 25 seconds, sometimes it's 50 seconds, a minute. It depends on the room that you're in. So say they give the option of speaking for 25 seconds. So they ping you, you have the option of speaking now. So you're like, hey guys, you're speaking for 25 seconds. What do you guys think is the best alternative or the best method of approach to educating our young people historically with the state of Black America post-election. This is just a random question. So you got to ask the question in real time to Amanda Seales, Tiffany Haddish, and Common, and boom! They are communicating with you. Just think about that for a minute. You're communicating in real time with celebrities, with world-renowned speakers, people who have a large impact in entertainment, in Black culture, in just life, period. So what I'm getting at, Clubhouse is a variance of opportunities for anybody who's looking to network or just have fun or just connect. But the significance of it is that you're communicating with people in real time. What I like about it is, yes, you can do that with Instagram, you can do that with Facebook, but it's like you have to be invited, or if a celebrity is going live on Instagram, they have so many notifications and requests of people trying to chime in to request to be in their chat, right? And so you may get picked, you may not get picked. A lot of times, us normal people, if we're not like heavy on their profile or know their every move, or it's just the wrong time, and we won't get selected, which is fine. But with Clubhouse, I'm not saying that the opposite is going to happen all the time, but it is a greater chance of being selected in, real time. And the good thing about it is, I want to mention, let me slow down, pace myself. The good thing I want to say even the more with Clubhouse is that the rooms, to be accepted into a room or to pop into a room, sometimes you have to be invited. But once you're invited, you have the option of being with numerous amounts of people. So you have some chats, they may have 25 to 75 people. Mind you, I've only been on it for like a few days. But I receive notifications from people at TDE, that's Top Dog Entertainment. For those who aren't familiar, I'm a Kendrick Lamar fan, TDE fan. I love TDE. Anyway, but I get notifications like Punch is on. I get notifications about Black wealth, financial tips. I connect with people in musical theater and the music industry. It's so many notifications. So anyway, that's the first part of it. So let me get into why I chose to download Clubhouse. I would see a bunch of my friends posting in their Instagram stories about auditions, like for Dreamgirls, other productions. My friend that invited me, he said he was able to network with some pretty heavy producers in the industry. So I said, why not give it a try? So I downloaded the app, and just like Instagram, Facebook, you have to create a profile, create an avatar, put a brief bio, or it could be as long as you need it to. Clubhouse also does a lot with Twitter, or they connect a lot with Twitter. So a lot of people have their Twitter name linked or their Twitter profile linked, and Instagram. So it's Twitter and Instagram heavy. However, you can also put your website down there and any other links. Like I put my Instagram and I put my link tree in my bio. And hopefully soon in the next few months, while I'm working on my website, I'm going to add my website link up there. So anyway, I uploaded all that information. And once you're on Clubhouse, like I had mentioned before, you'll see a hallway or like a main, how can I say it? A main row, a main line of different types of rooms based on your interest. So when you join, they ask you what your interests are, whether that's health, wealth, tech, hair, beauty, wellness, whatever. So people that you follow on Clubhouse, you also see the rooms that they're in. So some rooms you're able to see, you're able to go in, just hop in, and some rooms you have to get invited into. So when I started taking advantage of it a few days ago was when I saw a notification up. It was actually, no, I'm sorry. My friend Renee, who is in charge of Black Women in Opera. Let me slow down. Renee is in charge of Black Women in Opera. If you're on Instagram, please follow her. She's under the same name on Facebook and YouTube, and she's just awesome when it comes to branding and putting Black women on in opera, educating everyone about Black women, Black men in opera, all things Black people, Black culture in opera is on that page. So please follow it. But she was doing an interview. I forgot the person she was interviewing, but she was doing an interview. And when you follow people on Clubhouse, you get a notification of when they do a room or when they're doing a chat, or if they're in the chat. So she was holding an interview. And so I popped in, listened for a little bit. You know, it was a work night, so I was studying and listening at the same time. So then I hopped off for a little bit, and when I hopped back on, I saw another room. It was briefly after her interview. I saw another room where there was an audition. It was Clubhouse Idol, and it had $50 cash prize. So I'm like, okay, let me hop on. What are the chances? So I hopped into the room. So like I said, I mentioned before when I did the example of Amanda Seals, if she had her, you know, her chat room. And so this was the same thing. I was able to get on, and you're muted when you get into the room. If it's an open room, you are muted. So I was muted, but what they do is they select, like I had said, they select people to come onto the stage. So I was one of the people selected to come onto the stage shortly after, let me say this. So when I entered the room, you had the option of raising your hand. And some rooms, some chat rooms, they have instructions for different types of events for those rooms. So if it's an open room and there's an audition, they have instructions in the bio of that room, or whoever is moderating it, whoever is the presenter for that room. So the ladies that were presenting, I started to follow them. But when I followed them, they had instructions on Clubhouse Idol and what you had to do. So I followed the instructions, and basically you had to enter the room if you want to, of course, audition, raise your hand, they'll ping you, and you'll have a notification pop up that says if you want to speak now or speak later. So when I popped on, it was like 5 minutes after they called on me to audition. So I did an opera song, you know, because that's my lane. I can do other stuff, but opera is all day, every day. So I did an audition piece. I think I did Summertime, something simple. And that went great. And there were about, I would probably say like 30, anywhere from 20 to 30 people who were in the room who auditioned. So the good thing is with Clubhouse, you can you don't leave, but you can kind of go into another app, or you can kind of like have that app open and do something else. So in the interim, I think I was doing that, and I was looking up some emails online, corresponding with some people. And so you're still hearing what's going on. So you were able to either leave, like still have the app open, or you can leave quietly. So the thing with leaving quietly, of course, you leave quietly. You don't have your mic unmuted or anything. But they give you the option, if you're selected, they will ping you back in. So in addition, I saw like one of my girlfriends I had auditioned with for the Michael Jackson Broadway show when I was in New York 2 years ago. She was in that room, and I'm like, man, it feels like I'm back auditioning in the city all over again virtually. And that's what I'm saying, guys, the beauty of Clubhouse. You're auditioning, you're talking to people in real time. It's just amazing, and the networking, you benefit from that. So anyway, I was able to go in, and then I popped back out. And so they announced the winners, or they had the people come up, the preliminary people they picked for who would be in the running to win. 7 people they picked. So I wasn't one of the 7 people, which was fine, but it was just an opportunity for me to network. So shortly after that, I was leaving, and I got pinged from a producer. He worked with Joel Santana. He worked with other people, Grammy nominated albums. He had collaborated with other artists. So I was just looking at the bio of the persons who invited me, and I was like, oh. So this particular one, I didn't realize it until after I was in, and they pinged me to speak like the same time I got in. So I didn't realize this room was for songwriters and people who are singers, but your strong suit is songwriting, and they wanted you to put a song together in like 24, 48 hours to be on their team. So it was like an audition, this type of room, it was like an audition. You had to sing, do your talent. So I sang, and they were like, hey, do you songwrite? Do you write songs? I did opera, by the way. And they were like, wow, you know, just giving compliments or whatever. But I didn't realize what the nature of the room was until afterwards, because I just saw this person pinged you to be in the room. He's a producer. He's worked with this person. He wants you to sing. So I was like, oh, okay. They were just, and a lot of times when they ping you, sometimes while the chat is going on, like it could be in the middle of the conversation, but they pick people at different times. You raise your hands, but if they see you outside of the room where they just happen to you have a mutual connection with one of the people they follow, and they're like, oh, she's a singer, I want her to audition for opportunity for me to put a song together, they can ping you, and it's up to you to accept. Then once you're accepted and they want you to speak, again, you have the option of either speaking now or waiting later. So I went ahead and spoke, because I'm like that sometimes. I'm just like, hey, let me just put it out there, you know. So that was what that was. That was cool. And the good thing is, like I said, the Instagram and Twitters are connected, profiles are connected with Clubhouse. So you get to continue the conversation and the networking off Clubhouse. So it's a genuine networking connection. You know, still do your research on people. You know, if you're leery about connecting with people you do not know, and if it's somebody who isn't in your circle, then of course, by all means, you don't have to follow them right away. You don't have to act on you know, a conversation or an invite if you don't feel comfortable. It's all at your discretion. So that is my experience with Clubhouse thus far. And I want to say, for singers, actors, anybody who wants to be in the audition space, or if you've been out of the audition space and you want to get back in, you're kind of hesitant, but you want to take baby steps, and you're interested in a virtual setting, I would say try Clubhouse. And while you may not want to audition at the time, you can always listen in. I'm not sure, like when it comes to some of the auditions, like for Dreamgirls, I've been seeing that a lot. Dreamgirls or other big shows, I'm not sure if that's an invite only room or a closed room, I should say. So you might not be able just to sit and listen, but some rooms that are open, you can sit and listen and just, you know, hear your colleagues, people you look up to, and connect from there. It's just a wide area of networking. The possibilities are endless. I would say if you're looking, if there's a certain social room that you want to be accepted in, start following those people. You can even connect with them off Clubhouse and on Instagram, start following them, maybe send them a DM or a DM on Twitter and say, hey, I saw that you're hosting a room, or I saw that you're in this room. I would love to be invited because this is vital to my business or my art, or I want to connect with this person, what have you. So the other thing I did want to mention is that Clubhouse is in the beta stage. What that means is it is still ran by a small group versus Facebook and Instagram. People can join in at any time. A number of people can join in any time. All you have to do is download the app and create a profile and start following people. With Clubhouse, because it's still in the beta stage, meaning it's still in like the beginning stages sort of, they haven't piloted fully to where they can just, you know, accept a numerous amount of invites or accept people to download the app and just start creating their profile, and boom, you know, people can just go into these rooms. The beta stage, they're still, it's limited on the intake. So that's not saying anybody can't join, but each person has one invite only. So for instance, I had an invite. I invited my girlfriend the other night to a Black Opera House chat we had. It was like a open mic for opera. Shout out to Renee again for doing a dope night for Black women in opera. And so she came on, and the good thing with that, she is able to invite somebody that she wants to bring on. I would say, if you are looking to invite someone, make sure that person is actually going to use the invite. You don't want to waste your one invite on somebody who is not going to use it. You know, that person doesn't have to be on social media heavy, but you want to give it to someone who may have a strong interest in connecting and networking, or they just want to use it as a space to just have fun and just do something different aside from Instagram and Facebook or Twitter. So it's up to the user's discretion how they want to use it. The people who are in charge of Clubhouse, when they were having the discussion for new people like myself who just joined Clubhouse and they're looking to get some type of understanding and just clarity of the actual app and its purpose, they did mention Clubhouse can be whatever you want it to be. Someone asked, how can I get more followers? How can I get more people to follow, connect with people? You know, join the rooms, look up people on Instagram, send them a DM, just start following people, start being yourself. Use or make the most of your bio. Like really put yourself on in your bio, because like I said, you have people from all levels in the industry or whatever industry you're in. You're exposed to everyone. So you want to put your best foot forward, okay? So that's my take. So interested and you want more information, send me a DM, leave a comment. Again, this is just my opinion and my take, my experience over the past few days. It's not, you know, straight from the CFO's mouth. You know, it's not like verbatim what the CFO said or anything, but you know, it's different experiences for different people. So if you're interested in joining it and you know someone who's on it and they may have an invite, if they have an invite and one invite they haven't used, ask them if you can use it. If they already used their invite, see if they have a friend who may have an invite. You're like, hey, I need to hop on the Clubhouse train. Like, what's good? Let's make this happen. So I do hope in the next few months, hopefully before the year is over, that Clubhouse will grow out of its beta stage. I know the persons in charge said they don't know the time frame of when that will happen, when Clubhouse will be out of its beta stage. So just keep an eye out. But yeah, you guys enjoy, have a great rest of your week, and continue to be you. Make the best of your situation. All my creatives, my artists, my singers, keep singing, keep creating. Don't let nothing hold you back. If you don't have a ring light, you're struggling because you may not have a camera. I'm using my iPhone. I got a small little 8-inch ring light. I'm using the background of my wall in my bedroom. I don't have a makeup hair crew or nothing like that. I pulled this out my closet, put some earrings on, you know what I'm saying, and I just called it a day. Don't let nothing hold you back. Just be you. Be you, honey. Be you. It's 2021. You know, it's not, we have nothing but time, so it's not like, you know, you don't have the time to be you and to do what you want to do and to create. Get to going. All right, guys. Have a great rest of your week. Bye.